It's the coming down that's going to be genuinely dangerous. You want to know something else crazy as well? This place is dog friendly. You can bring
Not for your dog.
That could fucking die. Can you imagine? Gently, I don't bellow either.
You do bellow.
Soft and gentle voice.
How are you? Yes, fine. Not too bad, thank you.
Yeah, it's lovely and cool. It's fine.
Now.
3, 2, 1.
I never moved so quickly when I was having a wonderful little moment with a gentleman with a beard whose name I forget.
Yes.
And I was stood on the mat and he asked me to step off the mat and I went, what? Can't you deadlift it with me on it? And he was like, oh, probably not today, mate. I only lifted yesterday. I was, how did you get on? And I went, Ben! And I was like, oh shit! Then,
oh yeah, with the fucking medal.
Yeah.
I was like watching you from the background.
I was having a lovely little moment and I, Ben!
Put it lift Ben Stacy.
Well, you weren't fucking moving.
No, I was enjoying myself. I was making friends, man. I was fucking
Friends on
trying.
your own fucking time.
Well, yeah, I didn't think we were that far into the medals. I thought they had at least 87,000 more to give out before they gave me my one.
We are at the British Single Lift Championships at the Fit Expo today. It's very hot, very intense and very loud in here, which is very, very cool. Harry is just getting changed. We're about to warm up. So I've got Harry lifting today at Harry the Screamer on Instagram. If you don't know already, get to know. Harry is a single ply equipped deadlifter. We've been working together for a very, very long time. We have a British title under our belt as well as a world title under our belt. Today we are looking to maintain our British title is the goal, and we will lift what will be necessary to do that, all being well. General ballpark, I think that's going to be somewhere between sort of 320 and 335 kilos today, but we'll do what's necessary and play the game as and when we see the screen and we are aware of what the other lifters are doing and what we're going to need to do to win. But we're going to get him warmed up, we're going to get him ready, and I'm bringing you guys along the way. We'll have everything explained, and if we can finish up with an interview with Harry at the end of the day as well, we'll do that too. Alright, without further ado, let's do some lifting. Say 120 quickly in between.
Can we do it now? Because he's got 2 minutes left. Is that all right?
How did you think it all went? Did you enjoy the weekend?
Yes.
As a whole?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, I really did. Yeah,
I think it was in terms of what we both set out to do, we ticked those boxes.
Yeah. You went there to PB.
Yeah.
I went there to win the overall, and we both did that.
17. Cool. So let them get out, let them get cracked on, get this room a bit clear, and then we'll do 220, shall we? Did you want to take 170 again, or are you happy just to wait? So it's getting closer to that time now. We have taken 70 kilos, we've done 120 kilos, we've done 170 kilos. We've got one warm-up left to do at 220, and then we'll go out for his opener at 270. Harry, well, 275 clips. Harry likes to open a little bit light and take bigger jumps, so don't let his opener dictate where you think he may go in terms of his lifting. Most lifters will take 10 to 20 kilo jumps. It's not unheard of for Harry to take a 60 kilo jump if he needs to. So it's quite intense back here and a bit of a shambles, but we're getting it done. Let's start at 1:45. So we've got a little bit of time. There's also 16 people in his flight, so this is a lot of what goes on with powerlifting behind the scenes that people don't realise. It's really, really important that we gauge his warm-up timings right. If we went and took 220 now, it would be close to 25 to 30 minutes before he'd actually end up on the platform and lift, and we run the risk of going cold. You're not going to be that cold, it's very warm in here, but it will be a good while until he'd lift, and that'll make him feel a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit unsettled. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until the flight starts, wait until these people go out. Once the flight gets rolling, with there being 16 lifters, it's about 12 minutes-ish. We could afford to just take that last lift and then go out ready to go, in which case he's probably going to have around 8 minutes of wait in there before he actually lifts. A little bit more normal. The closer we can get to that, the better he's going to feel on the platform. So a little bit left to do, but not much. And then I just pass the torch to him and he does it all on the platform. 2, or do you think 335?
332. No? I'd rather get something and it be a bit too easy than try something and not get it.
We're both very self-critical and somehow managed to achieve exactly what we went to do.
Yeah.
And yes, they're still slightly unhappy.
Yeah, and I think that's because we both were greedy
Yeah.
and it didn't pay off.
So we've had a look at the list of competitors, and it looks like 310 kilos on a second attempt will be enough to secure the win. So we're going to look to go for that and then push on from there. So we're going to go 275 straight to 310 and then make deciders from there. That could change momentarily, but that's the preliminary plan for now.
Mike Addison. I don't know if I was greedy. You were greedy.
If you was going to go for 332.5,
Yeah.
you'd have done that on your second attempt.
Yes, but I didn't want to take the risk.
But that's- yeah.
So I ended up going 310 on my second, which secured in the overall at that point in the comp. And then I didn't need to do any more than that for the overall. So it was like, well, right, if I'm going to go out for a third attempt, then I might as well chuck on a 2.5 kilo PB, which was a 332. That's not what I went there to do.
Whereas I'm like, let's just chuck on a 20 kilo PB.
Whereas you locked in a 325 that was really good, showed just some signs of slowing down. So my brain at that point goes, he's definitely got another 5 key, he's probably got another 10, but you never know because people react different. It's been a long time since you've ground out a single PB and you don't know what it looks like. And then you're sat there all like, I want 340, I want 340. And in my brain I'm going, now, do I tell him that I don't think 340's there?
Already knew, you know.
Because he's going to ignore me.
Yes.
And then I'll just put this little doubt in the back of his head where he's like now super confident, or do I just leave him to it? And I was just fucking sat there looking at him like this.
The thing is what I know.
Right, apparently we're going 340 then.
What I know for sure is that if I'd have gone 335 and pulled it and been successful, I'd have should have gone 340.
See, and I suppose that's a difference in mindset, isn't it? Whereas I always see comps as, especially with third attempts, as I've put a lot of value on just coming out of the day happy, and it's a case of what's going to be there for you. So if I was in your shoes in that example and I just set a 5 kilo PB that was comfortable, I would much rather take something that I know is going to be there and again be happy and pleased with it than walk away disappointed that I missed a bigger jump. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Whereas for me, I felt like I had 330. I felt like I had 335. Mm-hmm. The question mark was 340.
And you care more about that question mark and trying to push yourself to the limit, whereas I care more about walking away.
You've never seen
satisfied.
You've never seen a more pissed off human than me watching a film when I don't get the answer at the end. We'd go to Euros and I'd have been like 340 second attempt because I need to know.
Fair enough.
I need to know. Well, I don't need to know now. I'm not going to try and pull 340 again.
Do you think? I'm conscious we're waffling here. Sorry.
That's great.
You get what you're given.
Do you think you would have gone? Because it's easy to kind of play these games when you know you're going into another comp 3 weeks later. Mm-hmm. Do you think you would have had that same approach to it if it was just this one comp and done? Because it's very easy to load the 340 and think, well, if I get it, woo!
Yeah.
If I don't get it, then I can just load 330 or 335 at Euros, and knowing how that 340 moved, you know you're going to get that.
Yeah. What if Euros was one and done, or if Brits was one and done?
If Brits was one and done.
Yeah, if Brits was one and done, it would have all been exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah. But that's also because I'll happily admit that, like, I am 60% invested into Euros where you're 100%.
I mean, we spoke about this in Blackpool. Never go to Blackpool, by the way. We ended up in Blackpool on a stag do.
Yeah, big game.
Blame the person who booked that.
Very sus.
Very sus.
Jacuzzi was good though, wasn't it?
That bit wasn't gay. When we were talking about that, and I suppose it's at different points in our lifting careers where I'm trying to just build a CV at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I might never have like crazy. I'm never going to pull 400. Yeah. I might never pull the 350 or whatever. Whereas you're not there. You're on the.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm very much on the.
Yeah. The other thing that people at home need to realise as well is single ply deadlift only is your jam.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Whereas this isn't for you exactly. This is just another
this is an excuse
another
to
feather
share-
in your hat.
This is just me having an excuse to share the platform with you, which is something we've never had the opportunity to do.
This is all I've got left.
Ian,
It used to be so
Ian.
much more.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
well, yeah, strongman's my thing, so
Yeah.
this is just something fun to do along the side.
So we're really waffling now. You're not
We
going to
should,
fucking use any of this.
we should definitely do a podcast.
That's what I'm sitting there like, okay, I need part 2.
I can't podcast. I'd be fired within 2 episodes.
Harry does a whole podcast covering his beard. 12 bottles of bleach, please. So yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, good.
Thanks for watching. Cheers. Goodbye. Oh, what?
Highlight of the weekend.
Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I had such an amazing time watching Hannah do her CrossFit High Rocks.
It's CrossFit.
CrossFit. Watching Hannah do her CrossFit final.
Yeah.
It was so intense. It was amazing because powerlifting comps are boring, man.
Powerlifting comps are boring. And do you know what else?
Head-to-head competition is so fun. That's what makes strongman so fun as well.
Yeah.
So CrossFit is.
Yeah.
I think CrossFit and strongman pull from a lot.
You're
to
watching
each
a
other.
physical race, aren't you?
Oh my god, it was so much
Hannah's back to her
fun.
skipping, and this girl isn't up to her skipping yet, so Hannah's in the lead.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, what do we need to do to pull? Let me
Well, this
open
is
my app.
it. Exactly. It's just Hannah. Oh, that's it.
I expected you to do what you did, and you did exactly what I expected you to do.
Yeah.
Neither of us expected Hannah to rip up the final in first place.
No, it was mint.
She was just stood against all these enormous women who were just absolutely jacked out of their mind.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
she roasted them.
Yeah, like, I don't know Hannah that well, so I hope she won't take this as like an insult, but you don't look at Hannah and go like, oh my god, she's jacked.
Yeah, you can tell she
You
does
can
rock
tell
it.
she trains, you can tell she's fit, but you
looks
don't
like a
look
gym-
at
she
her
looks
and go
like a-
like, oh
gymnast.
my god, like delts, like
Yeah.
she's about to kill. Some of those women that she lined up against were monsters.
Yeah.
And I'd never said, I knew it was the final, but I didn't know like, oh, did Hannah like just make the final or is she like leading? I had no idea what's happening. So I'm watching Hannah line up amongst all these fucking freaks going, I don't want to start cheering for her at the start and like get properly into it, and then she's like dead last and it'd be like embarrassing for her or something like that we're all going mental on the side. So I'm just going to back off at the start.
Just going to encourage.
And then it was the skip first, wasn't it? The double unders. And she came first off that and like looked surprised herself, and I was like, right, now we're on. Let's go.
And then you could see the moment that you could see her go from 5th into 6th once she'd realised everyone was shouting at her as well. And then for me, that just lights me up even more.
Yeah.
Because you know that she can hear you.
Yeah.
Because we both know that like when you go out for a big lift, you maybe can hear one person.
Yeah.
But oftentimes you hear fucking no one.
Yeah, there's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you could see the moment she could hear us, and it was like, oh, she could hear us. And then that was it. It was like fucking gorillas at the zoo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was throwing straw everywhere.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, bye.
Should have just pulled 330. Mint.
I would have got my moment then.
If you'd pulled 335, you would have got it, and it's more than me. How happy would you have been?
I have no interest in beating you. I just want to sleep with you.
No interest and no capability.
Can we go now?